Welcome back to Jenny's World, keeping it fresh, keeping it real, and definitely keeping it middle-aged. Now don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jenny's World. And if you have time, take a look at my website, some great stuff on there. All the details are down below in the description box. Now today I'm going to just talk very briefly about the coronavirus and how it seems to be impacting high-profile people, but they only seem to have mild symptoms. Now, a bit of context, we know the coronavirus has been vicious. So far today, it's infected over 600,000 people worldwide, and there have been thousands of deaths. Now, again, we know everybody can catch it. Nobody is immune to this, and it can go from person to person. However, what's interesting is about 3 weeks ago, we read that Tom Hanks and his wife had caught the coronavirus, but they'd only had mild symptoms. We then heard that Idris Elba, he'd caught the coronavirus, again very mild symptoms. Prince Charles caught the coronavirus, mild symptoms. Boris Johnson caught the coronavirus, mild symptoms. The Health Secretary caught the coronavirus, mild symptoms. Now, there seems to be a bit of a theme here. 5 high-profile people all experiencing mild symptoms. Now, why are they only having mild symptoms, yet everybody else in the world are having severe symptoms and even dying? Now, I know there's been speculation regarding Idris Elba and whether or not he actually had the coronavirus. Did he just say it and get paid to say it, to make it out that it's not just affecting the common people, me, you, Joe Blogs out there, that it impacts those who are higher up the scale? Now, there's been a lot of backwards and forwards, and I know that he's had a bit of backlash about it. But where does the truth lie? You look at Prince Charles, how, and he's in his 70s, and again, he's quite old, so he's in that susceptibility, he's in that age range where he's very vulnerable. But again, he's only got mild symptoms. Boris Johnson, the Health Secretary, they've got mild symptoms. But yet, when you look around and you hear stories about friends, relatives, their relatives, etc., they have it very severe. And they may have underlying conditions, but we are seeing people die of this rapidly. But we've had a handful of people come out, and again, it's just very mild. Is there something untoward going there? Are we being told the truth about that? Or perhaps we're not being told how bad they actually have it. Now, allegedly, Tom Hanks and his wife are looking to fly back to the US, and Idris Elba wants to come back into the UK. Now, my question is, if you've had the coronavirus, and I'm not sure that Idris Elba has done his 14 days quarantine, should he come back into the UK free and easy, or should he actually go into quarantine again? Now, you like to think, if you look around the world, there are countries who are banning people from coming back into their countries, whether you're native or not. They are closing those borders, they're just stopping all kinds of flights. So why are we in the UK not being as stringent? Why are we not cracking down just as much? So we've got lockdown happening where we can't even leave our houses. I mean, we were told originally you can go out every day, and now actually you can't even do that. But we can have people fly in and out because they've got money, because they've got status, with no constraints on them. So how does that fit with this whole, we're in it together. We're working together to make this go away. So if we are doing that, then surely Idris Elba should stay where he is until we get this pandemic under control. We know that the death toll is just going to keep on rising. We keep being told we're 2 weeks behind Italy, or even 3 weeks behind Italy. And we've seen our deaths increase significantly, especially over the last few days when they've gone over 100. We've seen in Spain and Italy, deaths are now nearly close to 1,000 in Spain in one day. So we know we're coming to that curve when it's going to get worse before it gets better. So surely we should be doing all we can to stop people coming into the country and potentially infecting others. If we have to self-isolate for 14 days and then we can't leave our home, remember lockdown, we've been told for 12 weeks we've got to stay at home and limit our activities outside. That means most people are going to get their groceries or their medicine maybe once a week. I hardly see anybody outside walking. So again, we're not even allowed to walk very often. We've been told not to go to parks, to keep it to a minimum if we want to exercise. So we are in a lockdown as bad as it gets. So we're being told what we can and can't do. So why should others who have a slightly higher profile be able to go out there and just go around as though nothing's happening? So my question to you is, all these celebrities, all these high profile people, do they actually have it? Are their symptoms as mild as they're saying, or is there something else going on? Now, something else I've heard about, and I'm not sure whether it's true or not, but there are people talking about the virus being airborne. Now, I myself, I'm no scientist, no medical expert, I don't know. But I've definitely gone from hearing it from one or two people to hearing it as being a constant theme that people are suspecting it's airborne. Now, what happens if that is the case? Then surely that means you can't even go out to your garden, you can't even go for that one walk or get your shopping. How is that going to affect people? And how much do people in the know about all of this? And when are we going to be told the truth? When are we going to be given the true figures behind the deaths, the cases? Because I, for one, don't believe those figures that are coming out. And we know that people say not everybody's being tested, so yes, it's going to be higher. But if not everybody's being tested, how are we supposed to be guided by the figures that we're being told? So if somebody says, oh, you've had 150 deaths in a day, how do we know it's not 300? If somebody says, oh, we've had another 1,000 cases confirmed, how do we know it's not 2,000 or 3,000? Honest answer is we don't know. And we're having to rely on these people who run the government, who run the healthcare, to believe what they're saying. My point of view is you can only believe in hard facts and evidence. So the best that we can do is keep ourselves safe and stay indoors where we can and just follow those guidelines. And perhaps in time, we'll start to hear something closer to the truth come out. We'll be told more about what's going on, more about how virile this actual pandemic actually is and what it means for us. Because 12 weeks at home begins to look a lot like 24 weeks, begins to look a lot longer. Nobody's saying how long this is going to be and when it's going to end. We talk about that 12-week period, and people are speculating it's going to be longer. Schools are shut down. I've heard rumours it's going to be opened after Easter. I've heard rumours not until September. September gives us 6 months. So there's lots of rumours going around, lots of things that we don't know what's true, what to believe, what not to believe. So we just got to make sure that we keep an eye on the news, listen for what's going on. And if you start to hear a persistent rumour, sometimes those persistent rumours become reality. And I tell you one as an example, probably about a month ago, we didn't think we'd ever go into lockdown, and then the rumours started to happen. Yes, we're going to go in lockdown. And I know for a fact that it was spoken about when I was at work and with my colleagues for about a week before it actually happened. So when you hear a rumour, don't automatically dismiss it, because sometimes rumour becomes truth. And so those rumours are things that we should listen out for and perhaps pass on to people so it's being spread around. Like these messages of how to keep yourself safe, like the messages of what the police are doing when they're going around the street saying get back into your home. There's so much going on, we just got to keep ourselves up to date and try and weed out the fake news and look at the real news. And sometimes the real news is underlined and it's under the radar. And until a lot of people start to talk about it, mention it and reference it, it's only at that point that we start to see that actually rumour becomes truth, myth becomes reality, and the fake news is exposed for what it is, fake news. So again, keep yourself safe, and if you hear anything, please share amongst your friends and family. Please post comments for me so I can read them out, relay what's going on with other people. I'd like to hear how you're experiencing the lockdown and what it's meaning to your lives, your friends, your families, your loved ones, your kids. Please give me some feedback, and if you want me to talk about something, a particular topic, please let me know and I'll do my best to get that video out there. So please stay safe, look after each other, and just make sure you keep yourself well. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, we're keeping it fresh, we're keeping it real, and we're definitely keeping it middle-aged.